Okay, so now we've done the HTML block. So you see we now have two blocks. This is the demo I did, and I'll delete that. And so now it's worth talking about which other blocks we might want to add. So let's just look. Activities will list the quizzes, the tests, and things like that. And I used to use that, and then I realized students shouldn't really care what type of activity it is, just that it is an activity. So you may want to make it easy for them to go to all the quizzes or to all the forums. But in general, they can do that pretty easily by going to any forum and using the breadcrumb trail. Administration, you can make a link to grades, as I discussed earlier. You see over here I made a label that goes to the settings and the gradebook. Now that's hidden, but we could duplicate it. So watch this. I'll duplicate this label. The best way if you're copying something like that is to go to the HTML. I'll copy the whole thing, go back, and over here I can edit the HTML block and put gradebook. I'll copy that stuff here, and what I want is the HTML for the gradebook for this class. You can do this any way you like. I'm just kind of throwing it out there. And so now that gradebook link is right there for all the students. And so the things that they most often would want to do are right there. Hit the gradebook, bada boom, bada bing, and there's the gradebook. Right? They would, of course, see their view. So that avoids us having to add that whole administration block just for that. The other link, I think, is to their profile, and they can go to their profile by clicking on their name at any time. Blogs I won't get into. I'm going to focus on the things that matter most, and blogs don't at the moment. Calendar, put it if you have due dates that you put in specifically with dates in the Moodle activities. Otherwise, don't worry about it. That can be in your syllabus. There are lots of places they can get a calendar. I'd encourage a school administrator to put all the important dates in there, but most don't, so therefore it's of limited utility. Course site description, well, they can go look in the syllabus or the course catalog. No need to repeat that. Courses I find to be very useful. I'm usually teaching several, and students are usually taking several, so it's nice to be able to finish with this course and jump right to another one, but I want it over on the left. It can be very long. In this case, I've got years and years of courses. So I tend to put mine at the bottom. So I move it over to the left and put it at the bottom. Once you're using a column, but I wouldn't put anything below it because then I'd have to scroll down to see it. So what else? I mentioned before that your news and announcements is considered a news forum, and when you post there, it'll show up here. So if you're like me and you like to post at least once a week in that news and announcements, I'd go ahead and leave this. However, I'll put other things above it. The things that matter most to me, however, are the messages, because this way I'll see exactly if I have any messages when I log in, and the participants, which is people. Now I wish these two blocks were combined, and I could probably do something like create an HTML block, but for now that's the easiest thing, and I'm just going to move participants to the very top. And I'm going to move messages above that. And that way, at any time, I can just go right to participants and see who's in the class. And this page is really quite important. And I can see if I have any messages. So near the end of the semester, I tend to get quite a bit. So what else? Online users is also nice because students working in the middle of the night can see who else is on and send them messages. And when you're in class and you want to make sure everybody's been able to get online, you can see their names right there and go look right at their profiles. So remember, this is social, is all about people. So let's see what else we have. Random glossary entry. If you use a glossary, is actually pretty cool. So you put a glossary here, and it'll pull into your glossary and just generate randomly one from each. You have to have a glossary in order to use that, but I encourage you to use the glossary feature. A lot of people I show that appreciate it a good deal. Let's see what else. Search forums is actually quite handy, and I'll take that and I will move it all the way over onto the left, but I'll move it above the courses. And we'll talk a bit about some of the others momentarily.